When you are deeply engaged in a particular project, there's some blessing that comes and that pulls you through. It's not that you are writing. Some force is getting you to do things and you are in a zone.
So what happens to you when you're writing a book?
Initially, I didn't have any idea कि मैं क्या लिखने जा रही हूँ. I just knew that.
Hi, I'm Bhavna Somaya and welcome to yet another episode of Meri Kahani. I'm always interested in telling stories or listening to stories of people and understanding that how it works and how they work. I'm more excited when I'm meeting a writer, and my guest today is Koral Dasgupta, who is a very distinctive writer because she has carved a niche for herself by writing about specific subjects. Koral, your biodata was very interesting. How would you describe your niche or your expertise?
I have experimented with myself a lot. Actually, जो जी में आया वही किया है. Now fancy terms आ गए हैं तो वो सारे मैंने भर दिया है मेरे बायो में. But otherwise, I have done whatever I feel like in my whatever number of years I have worked. So.
No, because a lot of your books are available or are a point of reference at the international universities like Harvard, Columbia, which is very flattering. My favorite memory of you is I was there for your book release, and somebody in the audience asked, because Koral's husband, Tuhin, is also a writer, speaks extremely well, and the person asked Koral that who amongst you is the better writer, and Koral just blinked and she said, there is no question, I am the better writer. So I loved it. I thought it was so empowering, and husband also took it very well. So tell me about the journey. How did you start writing? What were you doing before that? How did you become an author?
Ma'am, actually writing started when I was pregnant with my child. Then I was teaching in a management college. So as a young professor, if you don't have enough gray hairs, they don't take you seriously. So I had to work extra hard. And then there are certain comments that come from senior professors also sometimes. You have to battle that also and prove yourself. So in order to hold the attention and also attendance, you have to give something extra. And I brought Bollywood into the classroom. Like I was teaching marketing, consumer behavior was my space. So we made impromptu case studies in the classroom, like why Salman Khan is the face of Big Boss, why was Dawn the first Bachchan film that was remade, these kind. And then Shah Rukh was anytime my muse. I would have been a great fan. A lot of case studies on Shah Rukh Khan. And when I got pregnant, the kid is a wonderful thing, but the restrictions that come with pregnancy, and
men will never understand.
And if you are an active person who just goes ahead and does it if you need, उनके लिए उनको बोल देना कि घर पे बैठो, ये मत करो, वो मत वहाँ मत जाओ is very difficult.
Very.
So I thought that चलो I'll document whatever I'm talking in class, because a lot of things are impromptu. And that is the kind of person also I am. A lot of things are impromptu, never prepared. But it just comes at a flash of a moment. So I was documenting it out कि next semester में काम आएगा. But when I was midway through into my writing, whatever I did in class, I came back, tried to figure out what film journalists like you are talking, what newspapers are writing, what kind of analysis, so that my subject is rich with anecdotes and references. I figured that it becomes a reference book for consumer behavior with Shah Rukh as case study. So that was the first book.
What was it called?
Power of a Common Man. That was the year when Jab Tak Hai Jaan had released.
Okay.
So उसमें एक phrase था, don't underestimate the power of a common man. So we used that, power of a common man, looking at SRK, looking at...
Did you send the book to Shah Rukh Khan?
I did. But what happened after that was Red Chillies took 1 year, sitting with it for 1 year, and tab tak the next film also released. I think it was Chennai Express. So I quickly punched in a case study of Chennai Express and I told the publisher कि भाई छाप दे, इनका 5 years वो है. So when the book came out, of course, Red Chillies or Shah Rukh, I don't know, was not happy about the मेरी गुस्ताखी उनको गलत लगा होगा. But Shah Rukh Khan was kind enough to retweet a DNA article that had come out on the book, but they didn't touch it otherwise. But the book
Then what
anyway did
happened?
well.
After this pregnancy book,
After that, someone asked me that kuch aur likh rahi ho. So the book, Fall Winter Collections, I had scribbled out when I was in my college. मैं शांतिनिकेतन में थी and I was doing economics. But most of the times, whenever I didn't have a class, I would sit in Kala Bhavan. I loved that ambience. It was art everywhere, you know. Everybody was doing something. And sculpture was practically my interest वहाँ पे. So कभी-कभी the guys who were learning sculpting, उनका मूड अच्छा होता था तो मुझे एक दे के बोलता था चलो ये कर दे. तो मैं बहुत खुश होती थी. वो थोड़ा सा chiseling कर दिए. तो उनके assistant बन के. And then they would reward me with a bread omelette.
Wow.
तो वहाँ पे एक कैंटीन था. वो कैंटीन में हज़ारों मतलब आइटम्स लिखे हुए रहते थे लेकिन मिलता सिर्फ ब्रेड ऑमलेट था.
अरे
सो रिवॉर्ड भी सिर्फ वही मिलने का चांस था, समोसा मिलने का चांस नहीं था. सो इट वॉज लवली. आई मेड ग्रेट फ्रेंड्स अराउंड देयर. वहाँ पे बैठ के ना आई यूज टू थिंक दैट अगर ऐसा एक स्कल्प्टर होता यहाँ पे, ऐसा होता. सो in Fall Winter Collections, only the protagonists are imaginary. Rest, the description of the place, the people, all of them were real. Only maybe naam thoda sa idhar udhar kar diya tha humne, but
I had loved
otherwise
the description
everything was
of
there.
Shantiniketan. I have never been to it, and I kept telling all my friends, let's go to Shantiniketan, and they said, you're very boring, and I said, yeah. So I've still not gone, but I will.
Please do. And actually, ma'am, you know, you were really, really, it was very big of you, very big-hearted of you to come for my book launch. मैं उस टाइम पे कोई नहीं थी और उस टाइम पे आपने मेरा साथ दिया था. Today I am here to talk to you. It feels like homecoming, you know.
So sweet.
That I started from somewhere and came back here. It's a very big moment for me.
See, you know, I come from a world where we are not taught to judge people according to their success. It is about their spark. It is about their work. If you like the work, you support the work. Absolutely. If you disagree with that person's ideology, then you don't support it. So how was the third book born?
Third book, ma'am, was actually something that I really worked upon. It was called Rasiya. Rasiya, the Dance of Desire. It was a love triangle between 3 Bharatanatyam dancers.
Wow.
And so Rasiya was actually a stage show which they were doing as Shiva, Kali and Gauri. Gauri as wife and Kali as the work partner. Okay. Kala, Kali, the work partner. So who is more important? The one
and somebody
who
was doing this as a dance drama.
In the film, there was a show that was happening at Manhattan, and these people were doing it. So there was this guy, there was his wife, and there was a student, and they are performing as Shiva, Kali, and Gauri. So that was a story, and it was an unusual love story because the story was about the other girl is trying to come towards the man is actually getting closer to his wife because he is getting to see what are the demands of a woman which he didn't fulfill.
So you did this as a mythology or as a contemporary?
No, it was a contemporary romance. Mytho was a big portion of that book.
Yeah.
But I took a long time. I think I took about 3 years to write it. And it is still a part of my heart. The name, in fact, that book, initially I didn't have any idea कि मैं क्या लिखने जा रही हूँ. I just knew that there is a character called Rajshekhar Subramanian. He is a Bharatanatyam dancer. मैं उनकी कहानी लिखने जा रही हूँ. And then I wrote.
So what happens to you when you're writing a book? What is your mind frame? What is going on in your head? Are you able to communicate with your husband and your other surrounding? Or do you want everybody to quickly go to work, to school so that you can get back to the computer?
Yeah, I used to write early in the morning. That was my time. जब मेरी ज़रूरत किसी को नहीं है. Nobody will call. Nobody will ask कि ये कहाँ है. Nobody will ask कि सब्जी में green बनाई या red. So that was my time practically. And I and my husband, we never share our manuscripts before publication. So right now we have just released Tara. My husband is reading it now. He didn't read it before. And
so then how, tell me briefly about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever.
4th was a comedy, Summer Holidays. It was a typical family, a family feud, and from there two brother and sister got separated because of that larai, and then the cousins bring them together again. And it was a comedy, all kinds of weird things that happen in an Indian family.
And this you finished it in about a year?
Yeah, 2014, 2015, 16, 2018 was Summer Holidays, I think. 2017 Russia released, 2018 Summer Holidays released.
And then?
Then I had no clue कि मैं करूँ क्या. I already had 2 manuscripts which I was pitching and it was not getting taken.
Okay, so you first pitched the idea to a publisher and then you start writing it?
I already had it. I already had 2 manuscripts which were more or less ready. And I had Ahalya written from the Panchkanya thing that I had in my mind. So I had actually written to Rajdeep, who is the MD of Pan Macmillan, on LinkedIn, that I want to pitch something, would you be willing or would you be considering? And you know, Rajdeep Mukherjee, he is the MD of Pan Macmillan. You won't believe he is a publisher. I often ask him that, do you know that you are the MD of a, where's your snobbery? कम से कम publisher हो, दिल्ली में बैठे हो, थोड़ा सा तो मतलब snobbery तो होना चाहिए. He's a very down to earth, बहुत मुस्कुरा के बात करेंगे, very considerate, very loving. So he said that, yes, please write to me, email ID दे दिया. And I had written actually a 1-sentence pitch to him that the idea of women's purity in mythology, जो भी हमने believe किया है that it is related to a woman's body. I have these 5 series in my head, 5 book series, which is talking about 5 women. Popular literature considers that they have had multiple partners. तो फिर women's body purity के रास्ते में नहीं आती है. Purity is something else.
Nice.
Would you be willing to do this kind of a thing? And unka that time publishing director was Prasun Mukherjee. He said we would be interested. And then we had a series of discussions. I mean, till the last date when I signed the contract, I didn't believe that it is happening. When a 5-book series is not something that happens to
every
author. I mean, it was a big blessing.
And you signed this contract without writing the first one.
Ahalya was there. So they asked about कि बाकी का कुछ तो synopsis दे दो.
Can we tell us which is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth?
Yeah. So the series, this one is Ahalya. This is the first one.
Okay.
After that, Kunti.
Nice.
फिर Draupadi.
Yeah.
फिर Mandodari.
Yeah.
And आखिरी Tara.
And how did you choose these? These are the Panchkanyas.
These are the Panchkanyas. There's a sloka which says that if you take the names of these 5 women, or if you, remember these 5 women, you grow spiritually, you are spiritually empowered and you become a far more empowered person.
Really?
So, yeah. So
you know that shloka?
somehow just 2 ही lines है. पता नहीं क्यों मुझे याद नहीं हो पाता है वो. अहल्या, कुंती, द्रौपदी, मंदोदरी, तारा तथा पंचकन्या स्मरण नित्यम महापातकनासम. This was the. Thank you so much.
Okay. So you said Ahilya was already written.
Yes.
And it was about how many words?
It was about 30,000 words.
And then you got this 5-book contract.
Ji.
I want you to go back into that time and tell me with each character what you were going through, what you were discovering, and did you feel ever stuck? Did you feel you may not be able to do it?
Ma'am, may not be able to do it, kabhi nahi hua. I don't know. You are a creative person. Probably you will relate to it and not misunderstand me when I say this. That whenever deeply engaged in a particular project, there's some blessing that comes and that pulls you through. It's not that you are writing. Some force is getting you to do things and you are in a zone.
Yeah.
So that was happening with me, which had never happened earlier. And here ideas were coming. And during my initial discussions, I told my publisher that I will revive. If there's one god that I want to revive, that is Indra. Not the women. Women are already very empowered. हमने उनको गलत समझा, वो बात अलग है. There are many centuries of abusing women characters to make sure that women fit into a particular social hierarchy. They were already empowered. But one god that has actually sunk and we have lost that god, that is Indra. We think of Indra as the manipulative philanderer. But the idea of Indra, the consciousness of Indra is something else, and I really love that character. So, and in all the 5 characters, Ahalya, Kunti, Draupadi, Mandodari, Tara, Indra does play a very, very interesting character.
Really?
In all of them.
He plays a role in all the 5 women.
Yes. Mere book mein to hai hi, but it was not that I invented it. In Ahalya, he is the one with whom Ahalya is said to have cheated her husband. In Kunti, he was the father of Kunti's favorite child.
Yeah.
And Draupadi, he was the father of her husband.
Yeah.
Mandodari, he was the villain. I have established it in... Villain. I have established it in Mandodari that Ravan's actual...
demise.
His actual anger was not Rama. His actual anger was Indra. Because Rama is the prince of Ayodhya. Ek chota sa shahar, ek chota sa country. For a person like Ravan, he wanted Devlok. He wanted to rule that, and he was capable. He believed so, and he was. He was very talented.
So, is it because he felt that Indra was attracted to Mandodari?
No. He felt that Indra rules over Devlok, and he deserves to rule over Devlok, not Indra, because he is more powerful, he is more talented.
Does Meghnad have also something to do with Indra, Ravan's son?
Meghna defeated Indra and became Indrajit.
Okay.
He got called Indrajit. So that is the role that where Indra is playing the villain in Mandodari.
Achha.
And Tara, Indra is... So in Draupadi...
Now, your last book is Tara. And that I saw is the thickest.
It got from 30,000 to 50,000 by the time Tara happened. So...
tell us about Tara. I don't know about Tara.
So Tara is the wife of Bali.
Right.
While in Draupadi, Indra is the father of Arjun, who is winning the battle, and Karna is the son of Surya, who is losing. Bali, in Tara the reverse happens. Indra is the father of Bali who dies.
Indra is the father of Bali who dies,
And Sugriv is the son of Surya who survives.
So it's contradictory of Mahabharata.
Yeah, contradictory I will not say. It's like time changes and everything changes. Nothing is constant. So in Tara, Tara is the wife of Bali, and Tara actually is the...
But Tara also marries Sugriv, no?
It is said that Tara marries Sugriv, and what I understand is Tara was the diplomatic partner.
Okay.
You see, I have completely considered Tara from animal consciousness as much as I could. As a human writing the story of animals, I have tried as much as possible to understand how animals operate, how monkeys operate, and then kind of flesh that story. And what I understand is that in animal world, when you hear about Bali today in popular narrative, Bali is considered an antagonist, but he was not. In animal world, there is an alpha who will lead the herd.
Okay.
Right? And everybody follows the alpha. Everybody will remain in that group. Now, in that group, there might be the growth of a reverse alpha who is at war with this alpha. He has the choice of considering the original alpha as the alpha, or he can break away. So Sugriv becomes the other alpha, and it is the decision of the herd who chooses to be with Sugriv and who chooses to be with Bali. So when you look at the story from that angle, you know that nobody is seizing the other's wife. It is how the animal world operates. They operate with an alpha. So Sugriv was the one who broke out. And this story I also see as the human-animal politics. Bali was the son of the wild. Usko forest समझ में आता था. And Sugriv was waiting to be tamed by the human.
Waiting to be tamed by?
By the human. He was walking the other. From Vanar, there was a transition period. From Vanar, they were trying to become the Vananara, the forest-dwelling humans. And during that phase of transition, Tara was a very, in every story there is one who tries to stick to the past. There is one to bring about a change, and there is one who is the observer. Tara was the observer who was making that transition happen. Though she was in love with the past, she believed that the evolution is evident. You cannot stop evolution from happening. So that was Tara's role in that story. So she had to stay with the alpha, whoever was the alpha.
See, the author, when she is documenting history, mythology, also has a favorite. And she makes concessions for her without knowing it. For example, when I was writing about Lord Krishna, I was drawn to Satyabhama, even though she is not an important player.
Yeah.
She is, but not as much as Rukmini.
As popular, yeah.
As Radha. I feel you're drawn to Tara, and she's your favorite out of the 5 Kanyas. Yeah. And I'm keen to know that those authors who write about mythology, how have they received your book? Have they gotten back with any feedback, or they just keep quiet?
Not really, ma'am. They have never kept quiet. Chitra is very, very encouraging. Chitra Divakaruni, very encouraging. Namita Gokhale has been very kind towards me. Bibek Debroy has been. He is like, he's my go-to person. Ajeeb ajeeb सवाल पूछ लेती हूँ उनको. Sometime you were talking about getting stuck. I got stuck when I had to figure the chronology. I would, at 6 o'clock, I remember while putting up Mandodari, while writing Mandodari, I had asked, Sir, when was Mandodari's children born? Before Surpanakha's exit from Lanka or after? He was like, भाई ये महाभारत में तो मतलब रामायण में तो नहीं है, तू अपना बना ले. So he is very helpful. Then Anand Nilkantan, a friend, he is a frenemy actually. हर lit fest में मेरे से लड़ते हैं stage के ऊपर. But Mandodari, he had put up on Twitter that everybody should read this book. It's amazing, and that was something that spoke about him a lot, because he has a book called Asura, where he writes about Ravan. Usually authors restrain from doing that, कि अगर मैंने उसी चीज़ के ऊपर लिखा है तो I will not promote someone else's.
Right.
It talks a lot about that author's confidence and that author's good-naturedness. So I have received a lot of love from everybody else who is writing. Amish has given a quote for Tara.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Namita has given a quote, and a nice one. And so what is happening now in Koral Das Gupta's head? What is the next one?
No idea, ma'am. I have no idea कि मेरे साथ कोई publish आगे करेगा नहीं करेगा. मैं बैठी हूँ अभी. But actually, writing these 5 had been, exhausting. Though spiritually very, very empowering. Tara especially, of course, I enjoyed writing it the most because there's a lot of humor in it. It's a monkey world. So I could punch in a lot of fun aspect to it. But writing Bali's character, especially more than Tara, decoding Bali was a challenge which I felt that there were times when I had, broken down, because I could see the character, the way it's evolving, the way it's changing. What is happening to Bali, I could see. And for so many years, we thought that Bali was the one who stole Sugriva's wife and all that. For me, Bali was a very different person, a very different animal, a very different character.
So at the moment, now you're waiting for an idea to crystallize, or you're waiting to be commissioned by a publisher, or you're waiting to probably get back to another academic job, 9 to 5 again?
Ma'am, actually ना कुछ सोचा नहीं है, कोशिश भी नहीं की है. Because whatever I have tried very hard, I wanted to do film and television writing. I really worked towards it. I tried to reach out to, I know everybody, all the heads of all the, media houses. I never got it. It never worked out. But what worked out for me was out of the world. So what I realized in my life, that is a signal that I got from my life, that tum बैठो, तुम्हारे लिए हो रहा है. So someone else is planning my life, I felt. So abhi I am not, and midway while I was writing this, I felt that अब मुझे ना किसी को जाके please नहीं बोलना है, गिरगिराना नहीं है. That kind of strength I got. जो कहते हैं ना कि पंचकन्या का नाम लो तो बहुत empowered हो जाते हैं. That actually happened with me. because it was not just reciting Ahalya Kunti Draupadi Mandodari Tara. It was about entering that world and understanding what they fought, what was their trajectory. And when you understand women's journey so delicately, I think you yourself shed a lot of baggage that you were carrying. वो baggage मेरे हट गए. So now I basically enjoy a lot of spending time at home and waiting for my next opportunity, the way it materializes. And I'm सच में बोल रही हूँ, I don't have anything on my plate, but I know something will come on my plate.
No, I don't meet you that frequently. We bump into each other at literature festivals or some other seminars. But I find you much calmer and content. And there is that peace which shows, which was not there earlier. There was a lot of energy and lot of restlessness. What happens is, we don't realize that we are transmitting that to other people. So that's okay. We have all been through that journey. Now the last question, which has got nothing to do with you as an author, but I feel like asking, this fancy glasses that you wear, तो उसमें से दिखता है क्या बराबर ऐसे इधर उधर से निकलता है?
Ma'am, actually I saw Priyanka Chopra wearing a sunglass like this, and I was like, मुझे ना ये चाहिए. This is that glass.
I think when we were going to Kashmir, I saw you on the flight with this chashma, and I said, what is wrong with this girl? Because I'm unable to focus on her face. And I thought, those kids, they wear those kind of funny things at parties, na? They have those kind of idhar udhar se Mickey Mouse coming out. So I thought maybe she's just playing in the flight with somebody and she'll take it out. But the flight and the entire festival, the chashma never came out. So today I was okay about it.
मेरा प्लान है एक रेड भी लेने का, लेकिन देखते हैं कब लेते हैं.
So that is my super ending to Koral Dasgupta, the author who has written Panch Kanya and many other books. The lesson to learn is that don't judge a person by her chashma. Give her a chance to speak and she will win your heart, and she has. Thank you for gracing our show.